number 2, TSM Evo, and the former El Zaruha, also now known as...
I'm not going to say it. I don't have Nick Allen is handsome.
Drink.
Nick Allen is handsome. And it's pronounced Lazura, I found out. So
Really?
Yes. So, but I mean, it doesn't matter anymore because that's not an existent thing. But but yeah. So we're in this game, and they banned Nunu, which is interesting because I didn't think Nunu was a huge threat last game. It posed an interesting situation for them in the jungle. Played really aggressive, warded deep, kind of controlled those early wraiths, or at least attempted to. So I could see them getting rid of Nunu as probably like a precautionary measure, just to make sure that they don't see anything unexpected.
Right. So, but then again, it seems that, Nunu now has really become like a massive jungle threat. Like, and it's just like right back where he used to be. It's just, you get him in there, just chomp down on a minion real quick, get out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he gets in, he can steal everything like right away, right?
Yeah.
So he's pretty good at that. When paired with some like the top lane or the mid lane, they can steal jungle really, really fast. And he poses an interesting situation with ganks with a snowball. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but his ganking is really strong because of that blood boil and because of the ability to snowball. And Urgot, someone didn't ban Urgot.
Whoops.
That's okay.
Yeah, TSM Evo banned him out game 1 though, so it's only fair that they pick him up.
Yeah, it's fair, and you know what? I know that MashMe plays Urgot with a good amount of precision. So, they nerfed Urgot recently. Some people say he's unplayable, but I say he's still ridiculously strong.
It's a bunch of BS.
Because I think his skill is his not skill, but his
beauty,
his awesomeness, his handsomeness, if you will.
His meaty claws.
Poor crab hands Urgot. But I think it's rooted in his tankiness and his the utility of his ultimate, and the ability to poke really well in the laning phase. So if you have all of those things still, then I don't see how the nerfs could really affect him all that much. So I mean, not as strong as laning poke, but he still does a really good job. And and if you have a carry that's doing tons of damage and he's super tanky, that can pose a serious problem in the late game.
There you go. Graves and Soraka being picked up for Nick Allen as handsome. Graves, sticking with the Graves worked well. Might as well go for it again. And Soraka just going to make that lane pretty much all sustaining, which is good against someone like an Urgot in the off chance that yes, you do get hit by the acid and the missiles come on by from the 3-point line. It gives you time to actually sit back and recover. Plus the infuse allows Graves to just duck, weave, dash, buckshot, whatever, do what he needs to do to try and make up that farm and not be pushed in the tower.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Taric,
and I think one of the things that Taric is good, and Urgot suffers from mana problems if he overly pokes, and that's why Soraka is so strong when paired with Urgot. But no, Nick Allen is handsome. Stole it because they're awesome, and they just took Soraka from Urgot because that's kind of a dangerous combination. And that's going to allow Graves to get in, poke, and trade really well. And I was actually just talking with Baron about this, is the last thing you want to do against Urgot is run from him once he hits you, because it's free damage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You need to get in, and you need to make those really significant trades with those close buckshots and get in there and do a lot of damage. And Soraka will, with that armor buff, will help you to do that. Taric, on the other hand, is going to put Urgot in a really good position to land those E's, to be able to get those lock-ons, and to be able to poke really well. Plus, combined with the heal, he's a little bit safer from the Grave pokes. Ooh, and Nautilus, yes.
I like what TSM Evo's doing, though, is that so far they've already picked up 2 champs that have actually been banned game 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, who got banned last game? Let's take all of them. Yeah. Like, Rumble's still open, or Riven's still open. They can grab one of them, go top lane. Like a Rumble top lane would be amazing, too. In addition to all the extra damage coming in and the singling out from Xin Zhao. But still, though, there's a nice little workaround here for Nick Allen as handsome. You got the Morgana, you got the Nautilus. That's all the CC you need.
They got a lot of CC going on here.
Yeah, and just need a nice strong top laner to complement everything else. But ooh, look at this. You do have the Twisted Fate once again coming from TSM Evo.
The thing about Twisted Fate is he excels so much in solo queue because there's kind of like a disconnect in team play because you're not on Skype, you haven't played together a lot, and so you can really take advantage of poor map awareness and out of place champions. But when you get into a team fight situation, or not team fight, but like a team, a competitive situation, he doesn't excel as much because there's so much cooperative play. What?
Ooh, okay.
Is that top lane?
This is going to be top lane AD Lulu, I believe.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because I've talked about this with Baron a few times, and some of the pros have been chatting with us about it. It's like AD Lulu, she's completely undiscovered. You should probably try it sometime.
Yeah.
And I've neglected to, but now may actually see how it works because Lulu has so much poke, the glitter lance, the extended range when you put picks out there. It can be very hard to deal with. Even then, even when you have a Lulu support, the harass coming in can sometimes just be a little bit surprising. Like I was surprised at IPL 4, like the entire stage just heard me go, "What?" when I first saw, how much damage she's capable at level 1.
Okay.
Okay. But look, we do have the Jax there to try and counter that out. So that's I agree with that pick very much so.
Yeah, Jax, good pick. I kind of want to. Lulu is going to be pretty awesome, and good laning phase, plays really safe. Can hang out in the bushes, and still poke really well. But the key thing is her ultimate on Urgot is insane, and likewise also her ultimate on the new Xin Zhao. Oh my God, is going to be ridiculous. He's going to be able to go in there. He's going to go in. He's going to ultimate. He's going to split everyone off. He's just going to dive on the carry, and he's going to have that Lulu ultimate buff, and he's just going to be just absolutely destroying people. So Lulu, the ultimate late game where you're building maybe like a little bit of AP, a little bit of AD.
Little something.
It's a little something. It's going to do really well, and you're going to have a ridiculously tanky Xin Zhao and Urgot in the late game. So since the late game is so strong for TSM Evo, like, what do you think needs to happen for Nick Allen as Handsome?
I think, because somebody needs to get shut down hard. Like, I think Ted is going to have to camp out a lane just pretty much all day to make sure that one of the big pieces of this is just not farmed very well. But that's the problem, is that it's very hard to camp out either top or bot when you're going up against a Twisted Fate, because you can be caught out very quickly, and those plans just go complete to hell. But I think it may be worthwhile to just camp out either top or bottom. I'm not quite sure which one yet. It's just whoever manages to stick their neck out more often and further. But I'd like to see a lot of frequent ganks go bot, but that's going to be relatively safe. I mean, you have Tarek he's just going to stun, you're just going to walk away. So I'd like to see Ted camp out top, camp out Lulu, and make sure that she's shut down sufficiently. Yeah,
I think that's good. I think an issue arises with that is Nocturne. He ends up being a gold per 5 or gold per 10 jungler. He gets the early Philo Stone, and he gets the Heart of Gold, and so it allows him to wander. But he starts off really slow, and so in order to get those things, he can't really camp all that much, and it's going to let Lulu be able to poke at Jax, but Jax of course can just jump on Lulu, do some damage, and get out. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Nautilus approaches that top lane. If Jax is a really strong counter pick to Lulu, which with her poke and her safety, I'm not really sure if that's the case, but it's to be able to get in there and do some damage, definitely.
Yeah, if he can get in, he's fine, because he gets the leap strike, he gets the empowered leap strike. That's pretty much all you need, because a lot of Jaxes, if you just want to get the harass, you empower leap strike in and then immediately just walk away.
Yeah.
But with things like Glitter Lance, that can make it a little bit difficult to try and just walk away unscathed.
It's also hard to like finish. Like it's hard to kill her because
it really is.
Her abilities allow her to escape and poke and kite and do all these things. Her ultimate keeps her safe.
She's pretty zippy.
That's a beautiful way to describe it.
Well, good, because that's what she uses to describe it.
Oh, really? Zippy?
Zippy.
Okay. All right, that's good. Shows my inexperience playing Lulu. But yeah, exactly. So she can get away. She can do so. it's going to be a little bit hard for Jax to close the gap. So he's going to have to do a lot of damage all at once. And with the help of Nocturne, that can definitely happen. But
yeah, Nautilus.
What did I say, Nocturne?
You said Nocturne.
Yes. With the help from Nautilus, that can definitely happen.
Did Warren give you some beers on his way out?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
All the beers.
All the beers. So, I mean, I'm just also thinking of like potential item builds coming in for Jax as well, because it's not too uncommon for Jax's to actually kind of rush things like the Gunblade. Says, get the bilge water real quick, and every time he goes in, he could go ahead, proc the active on it, get a little bit more damage before he gets out. So, and after he hits 6, it's going to be immensely easier.
Yeah.
You just go ahead, prime the extra damage proc on there, go on in, get your extra bonus damage, get out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. God, I love that Twisted Fate skin.
That is really good, and
it's a real good picture.
I'm kind of surprised that TF is getting used so much, because if we look at like the Korean style of play and like maybe like the Asian style of play, it's very aggressive, and they use tons of TF.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of chalk that up to like they're not as developed in the meta, that they still play really aggressive. They take advantage of a lack of map awareness and a lack of wording by playing TF and just like closing in on people. And so I was like, they're just a little bit behind. But actually what we're seeing is, I feel like North America in some ways is kind of transitioning into like the super aggressive style with TF, where they can just close the gap. Nocturne especially, TF and Nocturne, like we saw last game. They can play really aggressive, and they have that mobility that their ultimates provide. So it's not quite what I expected, but it definitely adds for a much more exciting game.
There you go. You got Nyatwen right there with the ward in the side brush over by the race, but defensive ward from the Handsome team actually spots that out. So now Nautilus knows he's got to take the long way around if he wants to go ahead and get his red. He just, as soon as he finishes the blue, he just goes on like right in here, just goes all the way over.
That's no problem since Nautilus has the highest move speed in the game.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
And by that I mean the slowest.
It's one of the slowest.
I think Lulu and Nocturne are tied for slowest, if I am not.
Lulu is 350 with the boots.
Okay, and what's Nocturne or Nautilus?
Nautilus right now he's 376.
Oh, so Lulu is slower.
So Lulu is slower than Nautilus right now, which is kind of strange. But I think I think like for the longest time, I'm trying to remember. I think like Sivir was actually like the slowest.
Interesting.
So, but then again, she has the ultimate too, which kind of makes up for it.
Yeah,
though,
things change.
Things do change.
Yeah, they evolve.
I work out.
I work out, man.
But there you go. You got and Salse getting the yellow card prime. There you go. Morgana getting stunned. This could be huge. Cowpocalypse, a lot of damage there. The heals ignite the first blood. I think the Golem kind of finished it off, because he kind of went and just went for the hug on Morgana. Yeah. So there you go. Quick kill for Salse. Talandra getting caught there in the jungle as well. Unstoppable with the red buff steal. That's a lot of damage to flash out from Jax. That's going to hurt going into the laning phase.
Who got blue buff in there?
There's Nautilus. Nautilus still secured it.
All right, that's good. That's not going to, he's going to be still in this game.
They traded their mid for blue.
Yeah. Nautilus in the early phases of the game is so mana dependent that he really needs that blue buff to succeed, and if he doesn't have it, it puts him so far behind. He can't go right from blue to red. He's probably got to go back in order for that to happen, or at least have a lot of help. So it's good that he got that, so that he can stay in this game in the early phases.
But in the meantime, though, you did have Unstoppable actually go in really quick, steal the red, get on out of there. So yeah, Ted's jungle is definitely hindered. He's going to have a really hard time trying to bounce back from it, despite the fact that, yes, they did secure their own blue. Yeah. It's still just trying to rebound from that, which is going to be a little bit difficult. And he can't really counter jungle. That's the thing. Nautilus is just a little bit too slow to start, unfortunately.
He's too slow, and he just doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, he sees these like crazy.
He's utility.
He's utility. But Xin Zhao, that guy does some freaking damage. That guy can get in and just rock people.
He can F you up pretty badly.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah,
you're a poet.
I am.
It's beautiful.
I should be writing books, man.
You should. What are you doing here, man? Get out right now.
But I love watching this. I love watching the league.
You love watching Nick Allen is handsome.
That too.
Okay.
I get to experience Nick Allen is handsome every day. To be fair.
Oh, nice. I don't even like. I'm just gonna let that sit. And just like
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's like you're gonna sit and sip with it. It's like, I enjoy this one.
Yeah.
But you do see Nautilus right now though.
Yeah.
He's setting on up, no vision quite yet. Salsa just he's content with farming, but there you go. He could be in a little bit of trouble. Flash with the root, flash away, no bind, no hook to follow up with. But hey, still burned summoner spell in mid. Pretty damn good. Xin Zhao coming down bot stun, going down onto Graves. He will dash out of there, but here comes Unstoppable a little bit late to the party. He should not be able to connect with that, but that's just the threat right now that the Handsome team needs to go ahead and keep in mind. Now Nautilus working up top lane because Lulu is incredibly pushed out.
Yeah, look how hard she's been pushing this whole time. Oh, meanwhile, Jax is just trying to close it, getting that stun off. Here comes Nautilus, going to try to make something happen. Lulu's just trying to escape and getting out of there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think she's going to get caught.
Oh, look at this. Morgana is there for the assist just in case. Lulu going the long way around Apocalypse. You can meet this. You can go ahead. Oh, misses the bind, unfortunately.
That's gonna
hurt quite a bit. Wings of Death flashing on through. Will you live? Oh my god, the shield actually gets there. Apocalypse missing the bind, unfortunately. Big misstep.
Lulu earned her paycheck.
You earned your hat. Go ahead, dance down back to town.
That
was
earned it. Awesome. I can only imagine what they're saying in chat right now. It's basically like, you are the luckiest.
I think it's a bunch of stuff like that.
That's good. That's good. I'm comfortable with that.
That's okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I won't do that anymore.
Interesting Lulu strat, just trying to push up really hard and then and just try to control that tower.
Salsa, though, he is getting hooked. The bind once again missing, but it's okay. You have the ignite auto attacks that should be plenty.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Apocalypse getting that kill at the very least.
Very nice. Morgana pushes really hard, farms really well. The last thing you want is for her to get a lead on you.
No.
Because she's just going to poke you, and she's going to get lucky every once in a while. She's going to hit that binding, and then you're going to take half damage. Oh, meanwhile, Graves just getting closed in on. Stun goes off. Urgod's going in, locked on, just trying to do some damage. And that's the issue with Soraka. They go in, they do damage, but it's like, oh, so what? Like, I'm going to be back to full life in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
so
just give Soraka 5 seconds, and Graves will be just healed back up to max. Yeah. Wait for it. Wait for it. You got it. It's on,
there you go. And the thing is now Urgot is low on mana, and now he can't poke as well. So now it's Graves to do whatever he wants. And that's why Soraka is just so damn good. It just gives you the ability to kind of stay safe and just do whatever you want. Just throw out all your spells, and if you have full mana, go in and just harass like crazy.
Exactly. Also, I want to take a little bit of a note what Lulu's doing here, maxing out the E first.
Wow.
It does pretty well. It's just great. It's just damage.
And it's allowing her to push super hard. Look, she's back at the turret again.
Right.
And she doesn't have ward coverage, this is going to be a problem.
Considering last time, I don't even think she really needs it. But there you go. Here comes Null. She's coming back up again. Deja vu from last time. This time you got the ignite, dodging the hook. The juke's going to be happening. Shield protecting. Okay, this time Lulu's not going to escape.
That's the problem. Like, they're pushing super hard and not warding. And so and you're going to run into some issues when you do that, which you just did. And that's...
There you go. 2 wards now. You got the 2 wards. You got the Philo Stone. So this should be a little bit easier time there top lane with all that.
Wising up a little bit, so that's good.
Brutalizer right there for Urgot as well. So that's going to hurt down bot lane.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's going to hurt, but again, just like the sustain and the pushing power of Graves, look, I mean... Tarek's going to have to stand there and just take all those creep hits and trying to make things happen. But yeah, Urgot does so well with Brutalizer and can get it so early. So that's a really strong aspect of Urgot.
Now, right now, TSM Evo, they do have the buffs on lockdown. They got the timer for the blue, and they're waiting. They're waiting for Nautilus and for Morgana to even go for the attempt to even try it. Salse's in the mid. He does have his ult. He could trigger it to see, just to get the quick vision onto Morgana to ensure that she is indeed getting it. But I don't think they're going to waste their time. The blue, the red actually is being pinged out from on Handsome Team's side, because remember, Xin did have that early steal of it, so they have the timer on it. They know when to go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, it should be up any second, but so I think what we're going to see is Lulu again pushing really hard in the top lane, and then Xin Zhao and Lulu going in and trying to take that thing.
Right.
And So, I mean, Lulu, man, this is an interesting strategy. This is something I've seen where you just push really hard with Lulu in top lane. Oh, meanwhile, Nahus getting caught out. Gold card is doing a lot of damage. Zin's out there to just do tons of damage. Morgana trying to save, but just wasn't enough.
Too late. It's not going to happen.
Not
you got
enough.
so much damage right there along with the stuns and pop-ups. Everything you need to keep a big guy in that diving suit staying still and not moving a whole lot. He's already slowed. You might as well just keep him there.
Dude,
have a seat. Have a
how
seat.
uncomfortable are one of those diving suits? Like,
Probably very.
Like you're trying to do it out of water.
You're
like,
out. Yeah, you're not even in the water. You don't even need it. Just take it off.
Just take it off. Take it all off.
Baby. Oh yeah. So there you go. You got the stuns going down onto Lulu there, but she is indeed zippy and gets a lot of extra harass in exchange. That's the thing. You can't. Jax cannot out harass Lulu at this point, unfortunately.
No, it's bad, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that
the swap down bot lane and the TF porting on in with the yellow card. Done. Quick damage down onto the Graves. He has been erased from existence.
Yeah, good preparation and good use of that gold card from TF going in.
Oh yeah,
getting that stun off. And this is not what you do not want Urgot to get a lead on you in the bot lane because he's so tanky. And although Graves can get pretty tanky too, his passive, you have to be in combat for a while. So Urgot is just tanky all the time. He's a huge fat crab. Oh, and then the Ward sees it.
Ward sees Morgana, but things though will unstoppable wings to be able to get out of here. There you go. Ult from Lulu. Can you break the chain? Yes, just barely. Wings of Death will be safe. An ult for an ult. And that's pretty much it. I mean,
straight across trade.
Good attempt.
Yeah.
Good attempt, but unfortunately that ward spoiled all the plans.
Yep, that was that's what a good ward does for you.
It is what a good ward does.
It can make it the difference between dying and dying later.
Yeah.
Because Nick
which may actually happen now because you do see that Lulu is still getting pressure from Nautilus there in the top lane, but unfortunately Wings, he's low on mana. Can't keep this up forever, but you do see Talandra there is a little bit chunked out. Wants to go back. How much money you got? Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
And if you look at the top lane creep score, Lulu is at 60 and Jax is at 36, and that's a result of that hard pushing from Lulu, getting in there, pushing all the way to the tower, and just starving of creeps. And Jax is trying to trade. He's getting in there. He's stunning.
Yeah,
he's doing the leap strike. He's making things happen, but he always comes out at the deficit, and now he just had to back, and now Lulu's just free farming and is just going to push right back into the tower again. So it's really unfortunate for Jax.
Actually, she makes you just freeze the lane.
Oh,
here,
nice.
Actually,
okay.
So it's just going to make it. Jax, how'd you like to? There's one situation which is harder than trying to farm at your own tower, and it's trying to farm at their tower.
Yeah.
So
you were a wise man, sir.
But here's the thing, though: it may actually be in Talandra's best interest to actually start going back and taking the small golems, because it's a very common tactic if you're top lane, if you're being sapped of your farm. It's a good strat, and by the time your jungle gets up there, your jungle usually doesn't go up there to farm it that often, and if he does, by the time he gets there, it's going to respawn anyway. The jungle timers are quick enough.
Yeah, that's really good, and we're seeing right now as a style of jungle where you kind of ignore the small golems altogether. You just focus mostly on wolves and wraiths, and just kind of bounce back and forth between those. Go back when you need to, and gank when it's appropriate. Especially with the gold pretend junglers, where you don't necessarily need a lot of farm because you have those items which are going to help you to get gold. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, here comes Urgot with the switch.
The swap once again, and Salse making an appearance. They got that down, man.
Yeah, they
got that combo down, and with everybody here, that's a dragon.
Yeah, and that is really good coordination from TSM Evo. That's something you can't necessarily do in solo queue. Where
that's skill you can't buy.
You can't.
Maybe if you pay for if you pay for someone to duo queue with you, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's
and with that, I am also taking donations for solo queue.
the Nick Allen Kickstarter for getting out of Evo hell.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the Urgot switch into the TF is really good, and we generally see that with Nocturne. Maybe some of the other more really aggressive junglers, and not so much. I haven't seen it very much with TF, but man, that is great utilization of TF's ultimate, getting in there with that gold card and just ensuring kills over and over and over again. And that is, look at Urgot's lead. It's getting huge.
It's, I think, already huge, really. It's just it's the kill and the 2 assists Graves, he's only got the 2 deaths, no kills, no assists, nothing to his credit. And you remember each of those kills, each of those assists do equal a little bit of a creep score. You know, just kills on their own are worth about 20 creeps. So just in that vein, he's pretty far ahead if you want to look at the actual raw gold. It's about 700 gold.
Yeah, and I think
that's a chain vest.
That's a chain vest, and the other side of that too is it's experience that Graves isn't getting, that Urgot's getting. So like when Graves is back at base, even though Urgot isn't necessarily farming or like during the lane phase when they're trading, he's still getting tons of experience. And the thing you don't want is a tanky champion like having a level lead over you, because now they're just that much more tanky and they can just stand there and trade with you so much more effectively.
Talandra still trying to get some harass down on Wings of Death. But there you go, vroom, vroom, going to make your way out and unstoppable. Oh, Nautilus does get caught. Wild Growth going down onto Xin. That's going to be a lot of damage. Depth Charge going down onto Lulu, but that's not going to help all too much. And there you go, the kill down onto Nautilus. Pretty easy, but unstoppable. Will you go down here? He is ignited. Talandra trying to get as much damage as possible, but unstoppable will actually go down. So, hey, Jax, you can't outhasser Lulu. You might as well go for the jungler.
The creeps.
Here comes TF, though, to help. Yellow card. He, at the very least, wants to try and kill Wings of Death still. He knows he's going to die, but he cannot get it.
I wonder how close to spawning that ultimate was. I think it probably, the cooldown went as that fight was going on, like waiting, and hopefully the fight went on for long enough. But yeah, Nautilus like flashed in that situation, like really strange, trying to hit both people with his ultimate. It didn't work out. He only got Lulu, which is probably not the best choice in that situation. You probably want to try to get Xin Zhao so you have a little bit more chance to escape. But then again, Lulu can also rush down and just straight kill you. So
right.
It's hard to say, but yeah, took the top turret, and TF just really utilizing that ultimate. Good farm and
good map awareness.
Good map awareness. And I think that comes with good team communication, which TSM Evo, they're all players with a lot of experience, and not necessarily with their roster they don't have a lot of experience, but they play well together. Oh, Graves just getting chunked.
Oof. Lots of damage going down bot. I think Cowpocalypse may have something to say about it, though. Is he going to wander around bot? No, he's going to stake around mid.
He's going to hang out right next to the ward.
He's going to hang around right next to the ward that he has no idea is right there. Wings of Death and Salty are actually nearby, but there you go, in close pursuit. Vision, there you go. Cowpocalypse does know. A little bit of a sticky spot.
Nice.
Bind going down over the ridge. That's a ward. So at the very least, I think it's just delaying the inevitable, though. Here's the thing, though. Talandra does have something. You got some time to yourself. How are you going to use it? Unfortunately, you got to get with the rest of the team, because that's a full 5-man situation. And at the very least, you want to try and see if you can't turn the fight into your favor. That could have been a 5-man push bot, but the push has been dissuaded. But here you go. Wings of Death, Salsa, Unstoppable. Still looking to pressure the mid. And they could very well take it out, because now you got Handsome Team looking to try and get everyone here. Got 4-man push. Unstoppable does get jumped on and stunned. Morgana ult, that tower's down, but very nice ult from Xin.
That was a little bit of team inexperience there. Like the better thing to do would have been to stun in with Jax and then bind with Morgana. But Morgana tried to get a lucky bind in there instead, and it cost him. Like it could have been a kill, but instead they freely got away and took a bunch of damage too. So in the future, the better thing to do would better order of operations and make sure they get those kills. But here comes Jax trying to make nope, just a little bit too far away.
It's called stun lock. Learn it, you'll love it. You will love it.
Learn it, love it.
Learn it, love it, live it.
And Morgana, queen of the stun lock.
She is. So yeah, you have the bind, and then you follow with the ult, and then you're not moving for a very long time.
In fact, it's quite unfortunate.
It is.
It is. It's sad.
It is quite unfortunate. It's quite sad sometimes when that happens.
Yeah.
But alas, everyone looking to return back to their lanes. Everyone's roaming time is a little bit over. They had a nice little break from lanes. Like, okay, everybody roam.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody done.
Everyone back. And the problem here is that not only is TSM Evo in the lead, but they also have a stronger late game team with the combination of Lulu and Urgot. Urgot is like king of the late game.
He's up there.
And of course Nautilus is good too. Meanwhile, Nautilus coming in trying to get stunned, but just getting caught out and just going to get exploded.
Wow.
And gave it to Mash, which is not the person you want to have.
And Salsa's here anyway, just to join the party.
Just,
I don't want to feel left out.
Yeah, let's just push this tower down, have a good time.
Yeah, party.
But yeah, so TSM Evo has the stronger late game team with Lulu and Urgot combination. It's just going to be ridiculous. And and they're winning right now. So that's just all around bad. Meanwhile, Jax is trying to make things happen, trying to go in, Leap Strike, getting some damage, but Lulu, again, just kiting, like we talked about, right? We talked about that. You can't, she's zippy.
She's too zippy. There you go. There's a swap from Match Me down on Echo. Not a whole lot happening right there. And Match Me still pursuing hook in from Ted.
Nice.
But Urgot's a little bit too tanky, and you got
Nice
heals
heal.
going down. Yatuin is here as well with extra heals if necessary. And waiting for the creep wave to push up because that tower is not firing at anything in a moment. There you go. And this tier 2 could actually go down also.
Yeah, Nautilus thinking he could do damage.
You silly man.
You foolish Nautilus.
You silly diver.
No, that was
bad.
But
look, Dragon is back up though. Unstoppable leading the charge on that. This should go down pretty quick, pretty easy.
Yeah, that's they're doing a really good job of their comp is so aggressive that they can just push and then roam, and we're seeing that with Lulu, with TF. They just get to go around and do kind of whatever they want, and now they're entering the point where they're going to be so damn tanky. 4 out of their 5 champions are tanky.
Yeah.
Taric is tanky. Urgot, Xin Zhao, Lulu. Well, maybe not Lulu. Okay, a little bit. But, I mean, TF
here's like, Lulu, if you're not tanky, she can make you tanky.
Yeah, exactly.
There
so
you go.
They have the versatility to be really strong late game. And unfortunately, Nick Allen is handsome. Their good looks aren't doing enough for them this round. And it's costing them. And that's unfortunate.
It is. It doesn't feel good, does it?
Nah, that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're still beautiful.
They're still
in my eyes.
They're still number 1 in your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out later.
Hell yeah.
Me and Nick Allen is handsome.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, so I mean, as we're getting in the late game, of course, TSM Evo is just going to be just ridiculously strong. Taric just like, I can do damage.
He just is like, hey, Soraka, stop it, bonk.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Taric is like one of those supports that actually does damage. Just not like, not just utility. Can get in there, can use that W to do a lot of damage, and that's why like people like Locust and Dignitas, they like running that Taric. Oh, and meanwhile Urgot is like 2-on-1, whatever. One of you is Nautilus. You don't do any damage. I'm just going to be just throwing out stuff. No problem.
It's way too tanky. He's way too tanky at this point. You do have TF. You do have the ult going down. I think they just wanted the vision. He's not going to follow up on that one. But there you go. You got Talandra caught in that bush. Unfortunate face check. Mash Me will pick that one up. Meanwhile, you do have the swap. Long distance swap from Apocalypse despite the shield. But there you go. You do have the bind coming in.
Heal.
That was weird.
That was interesting.
I did not think you could get a swap on a shielded Morgana.
Well,
it canceled out the suppress is what it did. It didn't cancel out the actual swap.
Yeah, interesting.
Weird.
So it's a 2-part ultimate.
I think there's something in chat about that too. It's just like, it goes through a shield. Derp.
Nice.
Derp.
Oh, good times.
Good times. Good times.
Match
derping.
Me the troll of the year. That's fine. That's fine.
Breaking the game. Stop it.
Yeah.
We already had that last night. We don't need it again.
No, we sure don't.
No, that was
But yeah, so TSM Evo is their game to win right now. The thing I'm not seeing as good of ward coverage from Nick Allen is handsome this round around.
Unfortunately,
this time around they're just they're warding defensively. Last time they were warding offensively. They were controlling the river knowledge a lot more. River knowledge. Yeah,
river vision.
Awesome.
River vision.
River vision. River knowledge. They were controlling that a lot more. So
river smarts.
Yeah.
Canal smarts.
No, that's not it. No. Veto. But they're doing that, and they had a lot better idea of what was going on. Now it's just like it's TF's game. It's just like whatever TF wants to do.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, hey, TF, where do you want to go today? I want to go to Red Buff. Okay, let's go.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
And actually, Salsi's right there. He's waiting for everybody else. He's like, guys, I'm in the car. We're ready to go. We're going on vacation. Where do you guys want to go? Too bad. I'm calling the shots right now.
Reno.
And then you got the daughter. You got Lou. He's like, I'm in my room. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm gonna stay in top lane. You can't make me go anywhere.
Is that your Lulu impression?
Don't. I'm not doing voices anymore. James and I were over this morning.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna attempt voices anymore. I'm just gonna be awkward. I'm just gonna be awkward as I always am and always will be.
No, I love you.
Aw. Nat getting stunned down on the mid, right towards the Nautilus. Salsa is right there again with the port, with the yellow card. Cowpocalypse ult is up.
Oh my
nice
gosh.
juke on the bind, incredible. But there you go. There goes the ult from Morgana. But Zin is there to try and capitalize on the mid. Wants to single out the Soraka, but there you go. Urgot from behind the tower will finish off the Soraka. Just one, something, anything.
She did.
Grab it. Almost going to get it. Wings of Death getting very dangerously low, but Mashme, can you go ahead? Can you capitalize on it? Yes, you can. And there you go. Where are the rest of the kills? Everyone got Graves very low. You got Nautilus very low. Everyone else on the Handsome team is dead. And it's a 5-man push right here in the mid.
Okay,
it's not good. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good. And if this was like TSM Evo was playing like a double AP comp or something, like it might be okay. But you're playing like a tanky team, and it's like you're so far behind. It's like you can just basically attack move. Like the old StarCraft term, you can just attack move into their base and win because you're so tanky. There's like nothing you can do.
Right.
So unfortunately, Nick Allen is Handsome. It's not looking too good. I mean, they're down almost 13K gold. They're down 12K gold.
You could say it's not looking pretty.
It's not looking pretty.
It's not looking handsome.
It's looking handsome,
but not pretty.
But not pretty. It's always looking handsome. Yeah. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but they're still
in it.
They're still
fighting. They're still fighting it out. They're still playing it out.
Lucky Morgana, not lucky, but well calculated Morgana binding could change things. But the thing is, no one's doing a lot of damage right now.
Right.
I mean, Graves was shut down all game.
Just now has the Infinity Edge.
Just now has the Infinity Edge. Shut down all game.
Jax hasn't quite finished an item. Granted, yeah, he has the Cutlass and he has the Sheen.
Yeah.
But not a Gunblade nor a Triforce.
But I mean, look at the farm. Like that at 25 minutes, 127 farm for top lane is just pretty bad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not a testament of like poor last hitting. It's just a testament of like super hard pushing from Lulu the whole game. Like he's just been pushed really hard.
Yeah, like just to put things in in perspective, where's TF going? There you go. Teleport on and quick kill on Soraka. To put things in perspective, right now Taric has the same farm as Jax. That's not good. That's not the best situation. Swap over the wall. It was Telandra trying to jump over to the ward, barely trying to escape, does have the strike available. No stun's going to be happening there, but there you go, Lulu with the ult. Graves going down, Morgana go down, everybody melts. Double kill for the Lulu. Nautilus is the only one up, and Evo might just go push for the win here. They have the time.
Yeah, they do, and I think it's going to happen. I mean, they can just send any one of their champions to tank the tower because they're so dang fat. They can just do whatever they want. Crab hands, just going in, taking the tower.
BT Claws, grabbing that thing.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is the end, unfortunately, for Nick Allen is Handsome. I mean, they are still the strongest team in North America. Yep. But, some people have bad days.
Most handsome team NA.
Most handsome.
Most handsome team NA. The Nexus will go down once these guys are done trying to dive the fountain. And there you go. TSM Evo taking the series 2-0, moving on in the IPL Elites.
They did it. Congratulations. TSM Evo beat my favorite team. It's unfortunately.
Okay. It'll be okay.
It's unfortunate. But TSM Evo looking strong. Yeah, they look really strong. And Mashme doing a good job. I mean, they gave Mashme... There's in my opinion, there's two champions you don't want to give Mashme. You don't want to give him Tristana, and you don't want to give him Urgot.
No.
And you don't really ban Tristana. That's just kind of like an unconventional ban, right? And so he got Urgot. He got to do it. He got to play his game, and we got a lot of ganks from TSM. Not ganks, but teleport in, doing a lot of damage. And
lots of great coordination.
There you go. Very nice. Yeah. And he was able to do what he needed to do, which is get a lead, and so you can trade so efficiently, and you can just force Graves out of lane. And by doing that, he's just able to control the game. It was that easy.
It's that easy. So, but yeah, it's not going to be the last tournament for Nick Allen is Handsome.
No, definitely.
There is still the challengers bracket.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the tournament structure for anyone who's who may not be aware.
Yeah, sure. So we're doing the IPL Elites and then the IPL Challengers. And the IPL Elites is 16 teams, and the bottom 8 teams drop down to IPL Challengers.
Yep.
And they form this 32-team bracket, and then the top 8 from that bracket feed back into the IPL Elites. So it's going to really signify who is the best team at the moment. And it's going to help us to know who's really strong and who's kind of fallen off. And I think in certain situations like Team Orbit, they're really strong, but they weren't given the opportunity to excel. We're not going to see that as much because the good teams are going to rise up to the top and be in IPL elites, and the teams that are kind of lackluster are going to fall down. And so it's going to really reflect who's good right now.
Yep. $3,000 prize pool for the elites. Seeds into live events.
Yeah.
Qualifies into live events.
Absolutely.
So there's, if you want your opportunity to qualify for IPL 5, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, right now, hopefully a little bit more information on more teams who will be making their way in soon.
Yeah, and if you have a team that you think is like really underrated, like you're beating everybody on the ladder, and you're not getting any exposure, just sign up for challengers and
do it.
And we take into account like ELO and Team ELO and those kind of things when we decide who's going to be coming in.
Yep.
So
like ELO, Team ELO. Bribes, push-ups,
push-ups,
things like that. No, that's just no.
No.
ELO, Team ELO. If you've ever done like any other tournaments, we take that into account also. So we do our best. And what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, you get to play against good teams, and that's always good practice. But are we done?
No, I thought we were gonna have another match after
we're
this.
not. It's delayed.
It is delayed.
So you get to go eat your sandwich.
I do. I get to finish.
Yeah.
So what do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Millennium versus Alternate for the European.
Nice.
And then we have Fornot versus Somebody. And then we have Dynamic versus Choopers.
Ooh.
Troopers. The unknown team that's been doing really well. Took out clg.na in our last tournament. So they've been performing well, and we'll see how they do against Dynamic with their new roster situation.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think we're done.
Yeah, but you should
But
add me on Twitter.
Should absolutely add this guy on Twitter. What is your Twitter?
Nick Allen IGN. Check me out and watch me make fun of Hat Person in Red Baron. It's fun. It's a good
This
time.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, while you're at it, the Facebook link right there, facebook.com/IGN Pro League. We're giving away those $10 RP cards. You might want to get in on that.
Ton of them. We're giving away a bunch. So
it ends. I think the contest actually ends in less than 12 hours.
Okay. So yeah, you go on the website and there's an offers thing up at the top. Just click on offers.
Done.
And it's pretty automatic. So check that out. And with that RP, you could buy all kinds of things. You can buy one rune page, or
a champion of your choosing.
Or you could buy Urgot because he's obviously super broken.
Clearly.
Yeah.
You could do that.
So, yeah.
But still, RP is RP. Free is
RP.
free. Free is indeed free.
Free is free. Speaking of free, hold on.
Oh.
If you go to IPL Face-Off San Francisco Showdown, we're giving away these Gangplank oranges that say it's K.
If you come to the event,
League of Legends,
we're going to be, I believe, throwing these with reckless abandon into the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's okay. They're soft. They're very just...
You hurt me. You're hurting me. I'm sensitive. Okay.
They're soft enough.
IPL Face-Off is going to be amazing.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So
and it's not too far away.
It's not too far away.
What are the teams that we got coming?
So far, we have MTWNA, we have Dynamic, we have Curse, and we have Legion.
And TSM.
TSM.
And 3 Asian teams.
It's actually, we're switching it up, actually.
Are we?
So, breaking news right here. We're having 2 Asian teams, and then we're having Fornot and Orbit play off for the 5th spot of the tournament. For the 5th and 6th NA team.
Interesting.
So, it kind of mixes up the whole ranking system, the circuit points and everything. So we could see Orbit taking this whole thing. So it could be really interesting. Yeah.
We could.
Yeah.
So all right. So I think with that, we are done for today. Thank you for sticking around with us all day for all these crazy matches, through thick and thin and strings still being attached to champions and other graphical errors.
I liked it. It was fun.
It was a little fun. Kind of, we got it fixed, though, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
But, hey, thank you guys for sticking around with us. We will see you tomorrow. Good night.
See you guys.